starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Impact of remote work and online communication technologies, such as video conferencing, on small firms. Examine how these tools address difficulties and improve service delivery in the current evolving business environment. Note: there is a new giant AI IT company called Onpassive that was built with heart, and wants to uplift humanity around the world that you can be part of free, simply by registering at www.coolzone.ai. How important it is to have a cheerful attitude. Rachel Hollis is very knowledgeable when she says that you should start your Monday with positivity to set the tone for a great week and beyond. Note: there is a new giant AI IT company called Onpassive that was built with heart, and wants to uplift humanity around the world that you can be part of free, simply by registering at www.coolzone.ai. Our real-time analytics, you will be able to derive useful insights and unearth previously concealed prospects.
Hey, Magic Unicorn of Onpassive. Yes, it's Magic Monday. It is the 12th of February. Yes, it is. Anyway, let's talk about positive thinking. You know how powerful that is? And add that to giving? Ooh, man. Ooh, doggy. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell. Give Marty and Chris a thumbs up. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. It is the 12th of February. There was a couple things I've been looking at. One thing I'm going to let everybody know. Chris is going to cover some of this also, but people that have put in for a request for withdrawal, remember to check your emails. I did get a notification from somebody that didn't check, and it was there for a while. And look, there's probably a given amount of time that it works, and you have to do it again. So be careful. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about, we talk about there's so much negativity in the world. Go turn on the news. I don't care what channel. 3 minutes in, you're going to find out that it's doom and gloom everywhere. They make money on that. Okay, that's what it's sad, and it is reality in some cases. But why do we have to have it shoved in our face? But I was noticing that lady where she said, get up on Monday morning and think of positive stuff. Start off your week with positive. And I learned this as fortunate. I learned this when I was younger, that you're 100% correct. If you enter the day positively, yeah, things happen to you and life isn't always great, but man, what a difference it makes. And then I looked up the 10 benefits of thinking positive, and I put them below. And, better stress management, coping skills. Look, they have actual facts on this, literature and stuff. They did research showing that less heart attacks, it's better for your immune system. Now, you think, oh, that's crazy, right? But it's true. Okay, it's true. Your mind and how you believe and how you walk in life can make a big impact. Well, then I thought, and I always turn this back to, for me, the Bible or religion, is we weren't asked that much in the Christianity to do. I mean, we're not expected to do that much, really. Live right, love thy neighbor, give to people, lift them above yourself, be a servant. And you know what's really funny to me? If you go look up giving, how it impacts your life is almost identical to thinking positive. Blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. And I know life can be harsh. Yesterday I was sitting here thinking, I go, man, what is this date? What is this date? My mother passed away yesterday, years ago. And I thought, wow. And it's been many, many years. She would have been 94, 95. She died at 65. Biggest impact on my life of anybody walking the planet, but without a doubt. She's the one, I was closer to her than my father. And she was also a person that give and give and give and give. It was all about somebody else. And when she was dying, actually, in the room I'm in now, we're praying for her to get better and all. And she finally said, no, 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 I'm ready to go. I'm happy with the life I had, and I know where I'm going is better. And she passed away that night. But what an impact. And I've never forgot that. So when Onpassive comes along and it's based on giving and taking care of people, I it was natural for me. I fell into place. And people that I hang with, like Chris. Chris is like my mom, except he's uglier. But just kidding. I should make him laugh because anyway, I can't help myself. But I'm sorry. Now the devil made me do that part. All right. But anyway, we were talking. I was talking to Chris, and the funny thing is, we talk about. I want to get into the products and how important branding and quality and all that. It's so funny. Let's look at the iPhone for a minute, okay? I don't know what it costs, $1,100, $1,200. It's an outrageous amount of money, okay? But because the branding was so good and it's high quality, don't kid yourself, that when the new phone comes out, tens of thousands, if not millions of people buy it. And you know what? Most of them don't need it. Their phone is fine. Is that unbelievable racket or what? They're clamoring to get a new phone that they don't need. Let me tell you something else that made it really powerful. And I was talking with Chris, and I was worried about. I don't like to talk to Chris ahead of time because I like to be fresh from when I come in. But we got talking. I was almost doing a live with just me and him. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of mothers and grandmothers and uncles and aunts and that are advertising the iPhone. And people go, no, I don't. No, think about this for a minute. When you get an iPhone and you look at it, you don't use, what do you use? 3% of it? Half the stuff, I don't know what it is, but it's there and it's a gadget and it's cool. You can go, you can track with it, you can take videos, you can send messages. It's amazing, right? What do when you get a new one? All of you share it. The grandmother, the single mother, single dad who don't know how to market, not expected to know, but they have no problems marketing the new iPhone. And you think, no, I don't. Tell me the last time you got a new phone and you didn't talk about it to somebody. Either you pulled out and said, is that the new phone? Oh, yeah, you got to see this. Look at the camera. Look at how much they're paying you to do that. Nothing. Now, I want you to picture this. The reason I'm saying that is if if Apple came out now, I don't know, let's say they came out with a TV. Would Apple people buy that TV? You dang right they would. Why? Because in their mind, it's high quality and I have to have it. Why? It's Apple. That's marketing, man. That's branding at the max. Now, what happens? The same thing. The company made O Connect, and it's getting better and better and better and better. Now we're at the level now. I've done most of them. I've been part of many of them. There's no comparison already. Now, what's going to happen when people look at OConnect or they get into OConnect and then a school and then a hospital and then police department and then news outfits, whatever, that mom or that school, when they're bringing people on, like my son does schooling at home, he's behind because of my grandson, he's behind because of all the stuff. And they use Google Meet or, huh? Yeah, Google Meet, whatever. Now, when you look at it, you're thinking, there's nothing there to talk about. But when that screen comes up of OConnect and the mom walks up or the grandfather walks up behind their child and they go, what the frick is that? No joke. It's going to happen. So everybody says, well, are we going to market? Are we going to get traffic? Are we going to get, there's going to be so much organic traffic that I believe the day will come when Mr. Mufar and the company does not have to buy the traffic. They don't even have to go get it. It's going to come to us. And I know people say, no, that will never happen. I beg to differ. I've already seen where when things are that good and you give people half decent and you have correction to the corruption, you can come in Onpassive now. Listen, most people join something. As soon as they get in, they look left and they look right to see if they're about to get them ripped off. First thing in their head, okay, I bought this, now what? Like they're actually looking for a defense. Like, is there another hidden cost? Why did they do that? Because there is. There is. I bought so many apps, and when I get it, they're saying, this is the best thing you could ever have. It's going to help you do that. Okay, good. So I get in, I buy it. Before I ever set it up, before I ever use it, it takes me to another splash page, a mini sales page. And what does it say? Mr. DeGarmo, you do own the pro version, but for an extra $29, you could have the elite version. And what is jackass I do? Well, I'm going this far. I gotta have the elite. You see what I mean? And that's what companies do. But why not just sell the whole thing and let them know there is no hidden thing? You've got the best of the best. Because that's what I was led to believe when I first paid originally. Now, with Onpassive, they don't have to fool you into doing something. You get into Onpassive. I can't imagine the new version of OConnect because I'm already blown away. But you get into Onpassive and you look at OConnect for the first time. Do we have to have gimmicks? Do we have to have dancing freaking birds going across or buy one, get one free or 90 days I'll set you free? Oh, that's stupid, stupid stuff. That's a game playing games. Or do you just give them the best quality they've ever had, overwhelm them, over the top items that you can use, voice to text, translation, whatever, all this stuff is right there at your fingertips. You don't need to play the games. And let me tell you something. That's what people are looking for. You do that enough, you bring in 5,000, that will automatically, indirectly, generically bring in an extra 500 or 600 people. And you do that over and over and over, and eventually people are pouring in. And people could say, you don't know what you're talking about. Prove me wrong in 6 months. I said months ago, this is fertile ground for smart people. Inventors will come. What did I say last week? And you can go look back at what I've said. Why? Because I put the puzzle together in my head and I'm going, wow, what does this equal? If I was an inventor and I had an idea, would I want to throw it out there? Why do you think some things are thrown on the shelf? Because that idea is going to devastate an industry. They're not in a big hurry to show the market. They don't care how much it helps people around the world or humanity. They care how fast they can make money. Okay, I get it. That's called industrial, whatever. Okay, great. But when Ash decided to re-engineer how you do business, which is don't do business at all, give people what they deserve and some Oprah, it's lights out. I mean, it's lights out. And we're about to see that happen. So, yeah, I went from think positive, give, and be a servant. I'm telling you right now, it's creepy to me. Oh, Marty, thank you for everything you do. I try to help people. And if I'm getting praised for doing what I love, that just seems crazy to me. But I listened to all of you last night, the night before, and people talking. I fell in love with all of you. You all have something to offer. And as soon as you realize that you're as unique as a thumbprint, none of us are the same. None of us. There's people that read books every day, they obtain the knowledge and they don't forget. That's not me. That waved bye to me a long time ago, but I can analyze and listen. And I think out above, I can take something that's technical if I understand it and I can explain it simple. I love that. If that's what I do, that's fine. And if I can use analogy of things that people understand to make them understand, boom, I love it. This is what I was meant to do. I love doing what I'm doing. I love doing it with Chris because he also speaks from the heart. And like right now, him looking out the window and act like whatever things are going in his head. I've talked to him about it today and he admitted it. He'll come on now and turn into freaking Einstein. Okay. Now, he did step on his dog's head today. So I want everybody to know.
Two
Twice.
times.
He does it all the time. And he says he's sorry, but you look at the dog's face and he's in the chair and he's doing this. He's already got like two. Like he just is afraid he's going to get stepped on. But anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Chris because, I did it good. I only talked 17 minutes. So it's all yours, Chris.
Very good. You missed a couple things we talked about this morning. We had a really Marty did a
You,
whole live, and I'm gonna reiterate some of the things you said and play my own little spin on it. I was talking to my cousin because they remember I told you they were leaving, and they got friends coming over, so they had to come back, and they just got 26 chickens. They're raising chickens, and one of the little buggers died, so she's sad about that. Anyway, look at Marty's nugget. I could say whatever I want about Marty because he's not even listening to me right now. Back to the old slapstick. Uh yeah, Marty and I had a really weird discussion this morning, something we don't normally do. And he had said something that really caught my attention. And I liked what he said. He said, what we don't really talk about is what Ash Mafara and Onpassive is giving back. Um, and everything. And these are Marty's words when we were talking about this morning. I just thought it was very important that I want to put this out. What he was saying is everything Ash has done, it's never been about money. It's always about making something better or giving something back. The correction to the corruption, to me, is one of the most important things that I think everyone could relate to. I mean, none of us knew, and I don't remember the exact date, but I remember Ash Mafar coming on a webinar and said, "Trust me when I say this. Facebook and other things are going to be in a lot of trouble." And I'm thinking, what is he talking about now? And he foreseen what was happening and never asked him about it. Just he say he's on to something here, and he kept saying, "I'm letting you know today, this day, that those other platforms, social media platforms, they are in trouble." And I'm thinking, okay, let's let it go. I don't know what he's talking about. It wasn't maybe a week to 2 weeks later where they're announcing how Facebook is going to get slammed because of selling all of our information and literally making billions and billions of dollars. That was one thing Ash has said. That's not what we ever want to do. I mean, the biggest commodity in the world right now is your information, your data, and he wants to protect it to the fullest. But he set out to do this a long time ago. When listen, he wasn't sitting there with a little Frankenstein book in front of him saying, "I'm going to put the backbone into the head bone, and then I'm going to make all this money, and then I'm going to do this and make all this money." It's never been his intention. But what he did is say, like, the correction to the corruption, or, man, do we really got to charge people that much? or I know I could build that exactly. They build it and sell it for 80% cheaper. This was his mindset. Yeah, this is your CEO. He wasn't ever thinking about throwing a dollar in his pocket, you know? And then we have people that say this all the time. And I tell those people I don't need to argue with them because they don't really know who he is. And like I said, me and Marty are writing a book on it, which probably would be a lot more funny. This is what he's designed from the beginning. A company with a heart. That should answer your question. Okay. Not a little sign, not a little uh, purple this or pink that. He's telling you straight out, this is what we're going to do. And he's done 99% of this. And now it just has to be put in place. We're waiting for that one little piece, puzzle piece, which is going to be the most important puzzle piece you're ever going to see played in the history of mankind. Because when that last puzzle piece is placed, where Ashmafara wants it, when everything is ironed out, there is going to be I don't like saying explosion because too many people. There's going to be a movement. There's going to be a big sunshine that's going to come out in all of our worlds. And I don't know if you live in where you live, but I live in Michigan. And the first sign of spring and that first little bit of ray hit that sun that hits you like I'm experiencing now, it's the greatest feel in the world. That's the kind of warmth that this company is going to give everyone, not just as founders. This is spreading throughout the world, and it's spreading like Marty's talking about through every one of us, through talking about it, making posts about it, doing YouTubes about it, doing TikToks about it. I mean, there's thousands of people right now that are doing YouTube and TikToks that I see every day. I'm like, I don't even know who that individual is, but I'm proud of them because they see the goodness of what's going to happen. They understand that by taking just a little bit of their own effort, how much more they can help. I don't to the point now, I don't think it's about, well, if I do a little bit more, I might make a lot more. But for me, and I think for a lot of other people, it's about if I do a little bit more, I'm going to be able to help a lot more people. Just look at the history of the world. I watched an excellent organization the other day of another sad story, a kid that came from nothing and wanted to change the world. He's doing that. Matter of fact, I sent it to Ashby Fire. I said, we need this guy. This is one of these silent individuals that Ashby Fire is talking to on a daily basis. People that are actually out there doing things. They're just quiet. You'd never know that they were a genius. You never know they're maybe a multi-billionaire with great ideas because they just kind of stay hid in the shadows because that's what they chose to do. But this is the kind of people that are coming into Onpassive, and I have to say I'm really crazy excited about that. But again, Ash isn't looking for a person that wants to make a lot of money when he's looking for these people. He's looking for people that have ideas how to grow people, how to grow families, how to grow a business that's going to care about everything out there. And we say it all the time, excuse me, that you haven't seen everything. And a lot of people say, you guys always got to say that because it's the truth. Myself and Marty, and Red is coming on 11, so I don't forget, with Jane Fun Day. If you understood, we don't even see all of it like a lot of you think we do. We don't. And I always tell Ash, you can ask Marty, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised because I like surprises. Good or bad. Good or bad. I don't mind when Ash comes out and said, all right, we got some little things going on here right now. But you know what? He did say, I don't know, a couple months ago for this year, his first speaking, that he wants to be more transparent. He wants to be more, not necessarily him, but someone else speaking for him of what's going on. I think he's doing that very well. But I just want you just for one day is not think about money. And here's how I'm going to help you do it. I remember taking my kids to school, and there was always that either single mom or single dad that I noticed. They walked their kids to school, or I was driving my kids to school. It was cold wintertime. The kid didn't have a great jacket on. And of course, those are the people that I want to get into Onpassive. But let me tell you how Marty was saying it, and I got a little different take on it. When you start seeing those individuals that I just talked about, they were walking their kids to school, they don't have a car. probably 25 degrees out. The kid doesn't have a great jacket. Start showing up with a real nice jacket, with a real nice big warm car. Those are the people that's going to get noticed. And those are the people that are going to say, what did you do? You look like you were in, some pretty dire needs, and now look at you. And what's the first thing they're going to say? I joined this company called Onpassive. It's not the, listen, how do I say this without hurting anyone's feeling? It's not the winners of Onpassive that's going to make it grow. It's the people that were like losing in life or struggling in life. They're the ones that's truly going to make this company grow. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've had a pretty decent life, and I'm not ashamed of that. I worked hard for it. But man, to know someone that I know struggled, I knew a guy who had a very good education, and he just couldn't get a job. I mean, a decent job. He had 3 kids. That's the guy I can't wait to see boom. That's all I think about. I really don't think about anything else. I met a whole bunch of new people this week. I took a picture and put it on my Facebook with them. It's this church I go to with my cousin. Really great people, and they all come from different backgrounds. They're all older or my age or up, which is really cool. And I listen to each one of their stories about their lives. Some are firemen, some are nurses. One guy's military his whole life. Then you had business owners, farmers, all kind of things. And I'm thinking, what stories to tell? And what story that I only want to tell? I don't really want to talk about my 32 years at Ford Motor Company. Why? Because I didn't like it. Why do I want to talk about things I didn't like? What I do want to share is my 3.5 years with Onpassive, where it's gotten me, how it's changed me, how it's put me in a direction that I probably needed to go years ago. It's opened up my mind. Once again, that's Ashma Farr, and he don't even know it sometimes. That's giving to me. He said to me many times, Chris, open your mind. When he says to all of us, think bigger, he's not just saying, think about a bigger motorcycle with a bigger engine. He's saying, thinking about things that you can actually do to help people. You're all going to have that bigger engine or that bigger car. I guarantee you that, and I want you. I want you to live life to the fullest. But I'm telling you, the rewards where we're at right now is going to be watching the people that never had a break, that maybe never could get a break because of their disability. I mean, you're looking one on the phone. Marty had a great job, and he got sick. Life could change on a dime. And when that life changes for you on a dime, whether it's good or bad, I don't wish bad upon anybody, but things happen. Some people fall off steps. It happens. You break things. It hurts. And I want you to know that Onpassive's going to catch you. And if they don't catch you, and if you do end up breaking a few bones, or they're going to be there for you financially. And that's how you got to think about it. But think about all the people in the world that really just want someone to be there for them financially. We have founders in this company, family, that maybe make $300 in a year. Okay, these are some of the distance off far countries. That's the truth. And I want you to try to think about right now, as bad as you got it, how would you survive on $300 a year? Just listen. I don't like walking in other people's shoes, but I think it's the best thing in the world you can do when you do walk in other people's shoes. Why? Because then we're not so judgmental. We're all human. It's real easy to judge and this and that. One thing Ashma Farr doesn't do that he's taught me is there's no room in his life for being judgmental. There's only room for improving things. You got people that's what they do all day. They're look at that guy. He's fun. And really, and we have fun and all that stuff, but being judgmental is not the way to go. Be an improved person, helping people, building things, not tearing them down. That's what Onpassive is giving, and it keeps giving. Onpassive started out probably over 20 years ago in the mind of Ashma Farr, who Marty likes to call Frankenstein. And I get that. I completely understand why he calls him Frankenstein. Why? Because Frankenstein and that back in the day was a genius. He just wanted something better. What did Frankenstein really want to do? He wanted to create the perfect human, no pain. And of course, A few farmers with pitchforks ruined it all for him. Kind of like Ash Mafara. He's got a lot of people coming at him with pitchforks. Has he stopped? Nope. I don't see any funny striped jumpsuit on him, like they say. I haven't seen that. Nope. What does he do? Let's just keep going because we have a lot of people to help. If I stop today, I'm not going to be able to help anybody. If I allow corrupt people to try to corrupt me, then I'm never going to be able to help anybody. But if I keep taking the good, what's in this world, and letting it soak in, and I take a lot of sponges out there, which I call the founders, and I teach them how to be better. And listen, I don't care who you are. Every one of us has room for improvement to being a better human being. Honest to God truth. Even Captain Big Head here. We can all do better, and that's what Ash Mafar, all he really wants. But if you look back at the history of the world, and this is what I got out of Marty DeGarmo, the history of Onpassive, it's never stopped giving, right? It's really never stopped giving. And now I got people texting me, hey, I haven't got nothing yet. You know what I tell them? Good. Good. Because I tell people this. I only want to know when you do get something. But I know I'm going to get a lot of phone calls that way. Is there a few little things going down right now? I'm sure there is. Because there's not the biggest thing that Garmo used to always say, and I liked it. There isn't one more person in this world that wants things to go more than Ash Mafara. Ash Mafara drools when he gets to give money away. All right. His heart pounds.
Hey, let me hold on 1 minute. Wait, I gotta stop you. First he's Frankenstein, and now he drools. You said you're gonna get both of us kicked off this freaking webinar.
Well, it's the truth. I don't know how many people that just keep taking a beating and keep going with goodness. So I'm very appreciative of that. Now, I'm going to stop talking because I'm talking, but I do want to give a very special shout out to my daughter today. Today is her 28th birthday. She shares her birthday with another wonderful sister of mine, and her name is Gemma Rameke and Admira Walker. You guys remember Admira? She went out on a church walk. She's still doing that. I want to wish you all a happy birthday. My daughter is going to be visiting me here in a couple weeks, which I'm real excited about. But I'm very, very proud of her for what she's done. I wrote her a post, real funny post for me. I said how proud I am of you. You got your master's degree. You went out and got a great job. You married a great guy, but yet you even got your dad still paying for your cell phone. So I haven't figured that one out yet, but happy birthday, Amanda. Dad loves you. And what I did, and she understands what I'm doing now, wasn't just about me. It was for her. It was for her brother, Joey, my grandson, Cody. He's doing good, by the way. That's what it's about. If we just all for 5 seconds stop thinking about ourselves, no matter what position you're in, I know you're in some higher positions, and think about everyone else, I promise you this world's going to be a lot better place. All right, Marty, God bless you. We're praying for everyone. Back to you.
Fantastic. And I want to give a shout out. Happy birthday, Smurf. That's what I call his daughter, and there's a reason why. We'll go into that later. Yeah, a couple more things. Get a chance, look at the new website. It's amazing. It's pretty cool what they do. As you scroll so you see what it does. It flips upside down and gives you a new product or whatever. It's really, really, really cool. Last night on Omino, they talked about things that they wanted to do as far as after your pockets full and you fill up your gas tank. And I realized what would be so cool for me is anytime I need to bless, I can. Meaning, out in the open, I'm somewhere and I've always gone from feeling, and you look at somebody's eyes and you go, they need help. Now, what comes out of somebody's mouth has nothing to do with what I see in their eyes. Some people have viperous language, but when you look in your eyes, what you're really seeing is, man, I need something good to happen, and I'd love to be there for that. That to me means everything, where you can do it right there anytime it needs to be done. So I wanted to bring that up because that's what they talked about last night, which I thought was pretty cool. We didn't do trivia. They were talking about different stuff like that. And I like hearing about people, what they're saying. And then I realized, man, this is the power of Onpassive. As said in a video not very long, he said it many times. At one time he said, we're different. We're a family. And he knows that. That's what fuels his fire. He can take the punches, the kicks, flamethrowers, the knives, the daggers, knowing in his mind that the million something behind him are good hearted and he wants nothing more than to give them more choices in life where they can do, and because he knows they're going to do better. So it's a powerful thing. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. We did fairly well, about 40 minutes. Chris couldn't get him to shut up as usual. He hogs all the time. I'm just kidding. Red will be on at 11. Monday with Jane, right? Yeah. I'm going to let you all go. And whatever webinars are, go look in the back office because there's many.
Yeah, I'm out of
it. Yeah. And I'll see you all. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I hope we inspired you to think. Anyway.
Can you hear the wind blowing through my bus?
Yeah, you can hear a little bit.
That's windy out here today. So
Chris tried to do it outside, but it was just too
windy.
much. It sounded like a jet taking off. Anyway, see y'all. Say goodbye, Chris.
Took me out to dinner last night. Is just pulling up, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, good people in Florida.
See if he can take you out for lunch.